this right here is the front entrance of the school. This is where you go if your parents were to drop you off. Now, as you see, the school splits into separate different areas right here. So this is the band hall room. This is where they store their instruments. And then down here is where all the classrooms are. That place is gym, and this way is the art English wing. Is that good? Yeah.
Alright, this is our nature reserve. It's very small. We have some art over here on this wall. Sometimes people will, hang art up here. We have ducks here sometimes.
Beautiful art. That's beautiful. 10 out of 10. Crossing path. Down there is a lower crossing path. You would usually use the lower crossing path if you're in the PE class and you're crossing over at the West Campus, which is down here. Down there, that's the West Campus. As you see, we have the Frank Thomas Field. That's obviously his field. At the West Campus, it's beautiful. And then right here, East Campus. You already know what it is. And if you need to use the bathroom while you're on here, porta potties are ready for use. How do you deal with the crossing path?
I try to avoid it at all costs, honestly. It's kind of hard in the winter because it gets really cold and people are stopping, especially when it rains. It's a big puddle and everyone walks like they're turtles. So that I try to avoid that. Usually go on the lower crossing path because less people go there and there's not giant puddles like the upper path crossing thing.
Alright, thanks. Alright, what do you do for passing time?
For passing time?
Yes.
I gotta make sure I go to class, but sometimes if I have to use the restroom, I'll stop in the restroom, or say if I gotta go back and check out a book, that's what I would do.
So reading is fun. How do you find friends?
How do I find friends? Well, since social media is such big in 2018 and in the incoming year 2019, that's how I go with some of my friends and like with sports and activities and all that type of stuff.
How do you find your classes on the first day of school?
I usually go to the red shirts, even though they try to help as much as they can. Sometimes they're really not a lot of help because they don't know. A lot of them are new and they don't know what classes are. So I usually just like mosey around and try to find out like what wing I'm in. If it's like the hundreds, I'll go down the hundreds wing and I'll try to find it. But usually they're like hidden in like the 300 wing. There's be like a random 200 door in the 300 wing, so it's kind of weird. But I usually just ask the red shirts and they try to help me as much as they can.
All right. You know how it is. I keep it 99 and then I round it up.
What are your tips for getting help?
Your counselors are the best people to go to when you're getting help. It doesn't care like what problem it is. Like for me, for instance, I had to get a work permit, and I didn't know who to go to, so I went to my counselor, and he was pretty cool. He was like, "Yeah, you went to the wrong dude," and so they basically told me how to do things, and yeah, that's it.
What about tips for lunchtime? Best food lines or finding a seat?
I don't eat lunch here. I save my money, then I go to Little Caesars across the street, get a pizza. You know what it is. Yeah, bro, this food sucks. I ain't even go for lunch.
What are your tips for studying and maintaining a good GPA?
Me personally, I study for 15 minutes, play some video games for an hour, come back, study for another 15 minutes, so you can retain everything into your head and you're not boarded out for like the whole time. How do you make a good impression with teachers?
You really, first day you gotta bring some roses for your female teachers, apples for your males, get on their good side, be really nice, respectable.
What if the males like roses?
Get them roses. I mean, it's easy as that.
How will you know the first day of school?
look up their criminal record.
How come back here? How do you do well in your classes? Like,
pay attention, study. Can't stress it enough. Study and you'll pass. Just you gotta pay attention a lot.
all right, that's cool. That's cool.